Alright guys, this is it. It's the People's Summit. It's Sunday. This is why we all came to Chicago.
He is co-founder of the Michigan Emergency Committee Against War and Injustice and the Moratorium Now Coalition to Stop Foreclosures, Evictions,
There's about several thousand people here right now. All walks of life, all demographics. It is one of the most beautiful sights that you'll probably ever see.
Thank you. Good afternoon. We are here this afternoon to express our solidarity with the people around the world
we are in
who have been
Grant
victimized
Park.
by the North Atlantic terrorist organization.
Chicago. I'm not sure what side it is, but it is definitely one of the probably most wide open spaces for Occupy to join together and be in solidarity.
I've had their lives destroyed by the Pentagon and by NATO. And most recently, the people of Libya, who, under the guise of a humanitarian mission, had their country bombed for some 8 months by the Pentagon and by NATO. We express our solidarity to all these peoples around the world. We also want to emphasize that the World Economic Crisis, which has rendered billions to unemployment,
we have booths for education, so everyone can understand what the issues and where everyone else is here.
To bring about unity among the people who have been impacted by capitalism and imperialism, in order to build a new world devoid of war, exploitation, and impoverishment. And finally, to carry out our objectives, we must go into our communities, into our workplaces, into our schools, and into our religious institutions to educate, to mobilize, to organize, and to bring about the destruction of imperialism and to liberate humanity once and for all from war and from exploitation. Long live international solidarity.
You know about this conference?
Treaty Organization.
This just keeps going and going, people. If you're not here, you are missing out on history.
There.
I'm going to show you. This just keeps going back and back and back. We got people in the trees. We got people in the shade.
Right south of the base. You're going to walk over and put my
Looks like we got some black cloth. Those were the monks. The monks earlier had given me a book on yoga, which is really kind of awesome because I had just recently been looking about calming myself down a little bit with some of the circumstances. Might make this video a little bit personal. Occupy has definitely allowed me to get a lot more confidence back. The speaking and the chants, it is something that once you bring all these people together, it is not ever going to stop. We haven't even showed you the stage where the speakers are yet.
Hey, what's up? That was nice.
So I'm at the back of the stage now. I'm going to go down and show you what we all look at.
Willing to risk arrest, willing to risk deportation in order to affirm the democracy of the government. Because as long as there is oppression, there will be resistance. Thank you.
Next we have a friend from Germany. Reinhard Braun is a long-time activist of the European peace movement, working as Executive Director of Scientists for Peace and Sustainability and the International Network of Engineers and Scientists.
We got our lawyer present. I know we have ACLU, NLG, probably several others. It's basically to let us know our rights, just in case the cops try to pull anything, to let you know that you can voice a right to not be searched, a right for false police harassment, and the unnecessary profiling of many, many activists. Here it is. This is what you're missing. Just check this stage out.
To protest against NATO. And I would like to remember you, the Germans and the US, to one big scientist, Albert Einstein. Some months before he died, he wrote, "The biggest challenge for human beings in the 20th century is not only to ban nuclear weapons, but more than this, to overcome the institution war." And when we want to overcome the institution war, we have to overcome NATO. We have to close down NATO. Because NATO is war, not only in Afghanistan, but worldwide. NATO is much too expensive, 1 trillion per year. And in these minutes when I'm speaking, 20,000 children will die and suffering because they have no water and no food because of war and military spending. This time is over. And our march and our action is the beginning of a huge worldwide movement to overcome NATO and to develop a new worldwide peace movement. Let me say it in the language of different countries. In Germany, it is "Gemeinsam sind wir stark." In Spanish, it is "Venceremos, juntos somos fuerte." And in English, together we are the strongest force. People's power will win. We will overcome NATO. Another world, a peaceful and justice world is possible. Thank you.
All right. Next up, we have Angela Walker from the Amalgamated Transit Union, Local 998, Legislative Director. Angela Walker is the Legislative Director of AT.